Once upon a time, the earth was an empty space with dirt, rocks, and water. There were no living things and vegetation. The days were very hot and the nights were very cold. But one day the clouds gathered up in the sky, a thunderstorm occurred, and lightning struck everywhere and made the soil wet. After 7 days, a beam of light pierced through the dark clouds and concentrated all of its light in one spot. 3 days later, a sprout came from the ground and it kept growing as it was sunny and it rained. In time, this little sprout was Puno, and it became the tallest and biggest tree on earth. Years later, another storm happened, and the strongest lightning struck on the tree, and the leaves burned for a while, but it went away. After the storm, the Puno started moving on its own. It was able to turn around and move its branches, so it pulled itself up from the ground, and it took its first steps, and it kept falling and falling, so hard that the rocks were on its upper trunk, making its eyes. Puno dropped his seeds as he walked around. Later on, the seeds grew and life was created. When he realized this, he wanted to make someone who can understand him. Puno went around the world and gathered many different rocks and soil and piled it in one spot. Weeks later, plants and grass started to grow on the mountain. Suddenly there was an earthquake and the ground was shaking. Puno did not know what was happening, but it was actually the mountain rising up. And it took its first step and went to Puno. This was Boondock, and they started to follow Puno everywhere he went, and they became friends. Wherever they walked, they created trails which let the water through and became our rivers. They created more life by planting seeds over the years. After that, they took care of plants on Earth for many years. One day, Puno decided that he wanted to create life on Earth with different plants, but in order to do this, Puno had to sacrifice so there would be life. Puno then explodes his seeds everywhere on Earth, then turns into the biggest tree on Earth. It remained like that. Boondock wanted to watch over Puno's creations. He decided he would become the biggest mountain on Earth, where he can see life everywhere and protect it. He became a guardian to the Earth. Many years passed. Boondock still stays at the largest mountain, watches all over life, and protects it. Puno still drops his seeds as the biggest tree, and more of his creations grew over time.